3, 2, 1. Zdravstvuyte, Dorishi, and welcome to what is going to be our 6th installment of the Road to Badassery. I actually have, well, before you see this, I'll have another type of video that's going to be mixed into the rest of these videos, and maybe you can give me some feedback, but this is the idea I came up with. I'm calling it Best Game, Worst Game, where I take my best game from maybe like the last 4 days or week and talk about it, and then do my worst game for the last 4 days and week or a week. And I think it'd be a good way to kind of take a snapshot of my progress and then compare, those snapshots as time goes on. So that's a new video, and that'll be thrown into the mix. Probably see this before this one. And I'm really happy to get back to coaching. I've been having some frustrations. I'm actually winning most of my ladder games. I still can't consistently beat Katie yet. I was playing with her yesterday, and I think she beat me every time. The day before that, I was able to beat her once. And there was one game where she massed Tempests and Colossi, and I had no units to counter it. And she's like, "Well, just use Vipers." I'm like, "I can't use Vipers yet. That's not in my mix." So I was upset about that. Was the one I got legitimately angry about, but all the other ones,
Well,
okay.
if I see consistent control group use, I might let you use caster units. Otherwise, you're going to have to earn it.
Yeah, I definitely think I am getting better with it. It's still not perfect. It's happening, but it's just something that I like. At the beginning of the game, I'm pretty good with it, and then once things get going, it gets harder and harder, with so much other stuff going on, and also getting better with my macroing. It's happening. It's still not perfect.
Sorry.
Okay. Wow, way to feed her misinformation.
I tried.
All right. Okay. So yeah, that's where I am now. So I guess now it's time for you to dictate the action for today.
Well, the first thing I want to do is I think kind of to tie off from what we worked on last time is it really needs to be something, as I mentioned, it really needs to be something where at this point we're solidifying that control grouping, and that's just going to continue to happen on its own. But the one thing I'm wondering if we want to do is maybe get our feet wet a little bit with caster units today.
Okay.
In kind of a controlled environment.
Okay.
And see how it goes, because my concern is just if I say rock on with caster units, and then the next lesson you send me a few replays over, and there's a whole bunch of craziness going on with them, just kind of getting suicided, and your win rate drops through the floor, because that can happen. It's a whole different ballgame, especially if you're learning control groups to also implement casters. But you mentioned Vipers, so I'm wondering if maybe that's one we want to move into. Maybe say Viper's good, Infestor's bad for now, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's actually just start by getting into a game. And if we get to a point where I feel it would be appropriate, I'll go ahead and let you know.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to sabotage you a bit. I'm going to let Katie know some stuff on my end so that we can hopefully get this going in a specific direction.
Sure. Okay. Well, I'm glad that everyone is looking out for me today. So I was trying to work on a 2-base Ultralisk all-in build yesterday. Didn't work out very well.
Hey, it's viable in low bronze. By about mid bronze, you'll find they might occasionally counter it, but later on, it can be good again. Maybe about silver. Okay, let's go ahead and get this going. Do you want to make, or should I make, or what works for you?
Sure, I'll make. Which map are we going to use?
Take your pick. Whatever you feel like you need to work on the most.
Okay, let's do... Which one's Helicon Waste? Sure, this one. Akelon. Okay.
poor,
So,
poor Katie, I'm putting her on the spot here. Okay.
of course, I got to be red. It's... What happens if I change you from a spectator to a referee?
Well, then I get to put people in timeout. It's pretty awesome.
Really? You do?
Yeah, I can put you in the penalty box. You can't play for about 15 seconds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds like something that's really easy to abuse.
it's hockey rules, man.
Okay.
No, it actually doesn't do anything. Basically, it means I can actually chat with you guys, so it does help.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like trolling you for a bit.
I see. I was like, oh, that sounds... I've never heard that happen before. But...
What is Blizzard thinking? That's a horrible idea. No, it does help because it means then I can type to Katie if I want, but other than that, nothing too special is done there.
Okay.
She's sending me something. Okay, we're all set whenever you are.
Good to go?
Yep, good to go. So your
Okay.
CVP is up. I noticed that. It's up by a few percent there.
Yeah. The one I'm still doing really well is my ZVZ. I think that's my best win rate.
60 right now.
Oh.
It's really good. Your ZVT's actually still going up very slowly, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
I took a hit as soon as I got to platinum, but it's coming back around again.
Yeah. No, you're actually doing really well now because you stabilized and now you're back to a point where it looks like you're improving. You're probably passing that plateau that you hit a bit ago.
I hope so. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but she assures me that I am improving. I don't know if she's just being nice, but
Well, if you beat her without me looking over your shoulder, that's probably improvement. Yeah.
yeah, I did one time. That's because I think I masked Swarm Host and she wasn't expecting it.
Haha. Sneaky.
I think that's honestly versus Protoss the unit I've been having the most success with.
Okay. Well,
is Swarm Host.
that might be good then for kind of a long-term place to go with this lesson. I do feel it's the best way to approach Zerg versus Protoss, but I try to not I try to not necessarily force people into it because it is such an unorthodox way to play.
Yeah, I like unorthodox though.
Okay, well that might be where we take this. We'll see how this first game goes, but if you reach a point where you say Swarm Host would be good, then rock on.
Yeah.
And we may look into and getting you a dedicated Swarm Host build out of this.
Oh, I should be going 11. Oh, I've been using 11 Overpull Tool 2, which is okay, I guess. I like the fact that I get like 2 Zerglings and I can use them to like piss people off. That's always fun.
Well, yeah, and for now you're probably getting some people who just blind Nexus first, right?
Yeah.
And then in that case, you can go 4 Zerglings and just straight up win the game, so that's kind of cool.
Well. No, there she goes. It's probably going to pile and block me. Okay. So, yeah. Using that... What's that?
Slight critique here. Your second Overlord, you always want that to be rallied to your natural. Because right now, notice you had to say she's probably pylon blocking me, but you could right now be knowing exactly what's going on out there. For all you know, she's cannon rushing. And you'd have no way to know.
Yep, there. I hate this. That's why I have been going 11 overpools, because it stops this kind of garbage. I don't know why this pisses me off so much.
Oh, that's
but
a big reason why I do it too. I just don't even like to have to worry about it.
Oh, I don't know. I was able to chase her off, so it was okay.
Yep.
Oh, gotta get the queen. Yeah, I should
queen
send this guy over to my natural.
Remember that rule: when your pool finishes, you gotta at least make one egg of Zerglings, 2 Zerglings.
Okay.
Hey, you control group the egg. Good to see.
Yeah, there it is. Progress.
Step 1:
Yeah,
control group 2 Zerglings.
now you just got to make sure I control group all Zerglings are in the future. Oh shit! I should have turned that egg into an Overlord. I want to see if she's. Oh, she is doing something stupid.
Yeah, well. Oh, watch that surface area. There you go. You're gonna not get that, unfortunately.
Not in time.
Nope.
Damn it.
And with that second cannon finishing up, that's trouble. So yeah, that actually that was perfect because that actually just
You
demonstrated.
didn't tell her to do that, did you?
I didn't actually. I told her to do something late game. But this
Okay.
is actually pretty awesome because that's exactly why the first thing you need to do when your pool finishes is make those Zerglings. Because
Okay.
had you had those 40 seconds sooner,
Okay, I'm like way behind here. I'm obscenely behind.
yeah. I mean, it's your call how you want to play this out. This is the point that a lot of players would honestly GG. Because you've let the hatch finish, you've already committed to some Zerglings. That hatchery is not going to stay. I wouldn't drop that hatchery, actually.
Oh, okay.
The reason is because she has a pylon on the high ground,
Yeah.
and she has a cannon covering
She can
it.
see it.
She can see it, and she can drop another cannon, and you'd have no way to kill it because the two cannons on the high ground would cover it.
I see.
So that's where I'm looking at this, and I'm like, well, technically the pocket third is the only one you could take as your natural, and that's such an ugly third. Yeah, you actually, this last-ditch effort you've got going on right here, this is probably your best course. Just go ahead and all in.
This is all I can do. Well, this is like a really shitty way to start the day.
The double roach warren's a little
Why did I do a double
unorthodox as well.
Ugh,
That's okay.
this is bad. Go.
We'll call this your warm-up game.
Yeah. Yeah, please do. Fuck.
Now you want to be getting some up the ramp as well, because killing that cannon is not necessarily going to be your highest priority. Okay.
She's got a
she's got it
zealot
blocked. I was hoping when we saw that zealot come down that was the only one. So you're going to be able to go ahead and take out the pylon and the nexus. And during this, notice that mineral float. You want to be taking that pocket third during all of this.
Good.
So we can at least kind of take consolation in the fact that she lost the natural, but we are way behind on economy still because we weren't droning. We were making Zerglings.
Yeah.
It's almost a
I think-
situation where you may even want to just make some roaches and continue the all-in, but that high ground cannon is the only thing that kind of makes me a little wary.
Well, managed to eat a zealot, so it's okay. Ah, crap.
Well, the other option is you could take those Zerglings back home, and if you split them up real well, you can take out both of those cannons with reasonable losses, and then take your natural, and you'd now be on
This-
3
that-
base.
That's what I want, is reasonable losses.
Well, it's better than not ever being able to take your natural. I would say pull back those Zerglings, and in conjunction with those roaches you've got, you'll be able to go ahead and retake your natural.
Okay.
So just make sure the roaches are tanking the hits. Pull back the roaches when they get too low, and you should, if you micro real well, be able to handle that pretty well.
Okay.
Now then, the other thing is,
We've got way too many minerals.
yeah. Well,
I'm
let's
trying to-
focus on getting that natural down, and then you'll be able to go ahead and spend the minerals. Go, 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 attack, move those lings. They gotta be in there.
Crap. Oh, crap.
Pull back the roaches. Yeah, that didn't quite go the way you wanted it, but this will be fine. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you're ready to drop that natural. Now, once your layer finishes, go ahead and have that overlord in position at her natural.
Which one? This one? Up here?
Yes. Up, nope, that's the one at her third. I'm sorry, I didn't see her selection. Up, she's already going to get it spawned. I was going to say you could drop creep, but it's going to be too late. Alright. So we're seeing some stalkers. I would go ahead and get your lings out in front of her natural and just continue droning up that third now. Because your minerals are getting real high, you may even want to drop a macro hatchery. But for now, we just have to get our economy caught back up.
I lost a freaking overlord. This is going exceedingly poorly.
Well, we're trying to make something of it. These roaches you can have breaking down those rocks to your third, because that's extremely vulnerable till you have access. And I'd send one Zergling up into her natural just to see what's going on up there. We really want to know if she's going all in or not. Given that she's taking her nat, I wouldn't say she's quite ready to attack, but yeah, she does still have some gateway army here. I'm feeling a little blind. We may actually want to turn this last overlord up near her base into a overseer
This
and
one?
a scout. Yes. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look through there. And I would say we should probably just go Roach Hydra. But if we see something too spooky, we might change that. But for now, we want to just go something very stable. Go ahead and just continue droning until we get a good look at things.
Okay.
Now, I notice your roaches aren't on a control group, so make sure you get that
Oh yeah.
corrected. And you've got a couple more that are missing on that on those rocks. And you can also
what do you mean?
you've got a couple that aren't attacking those rocks.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
So let's
she's
go ahead
going
and go Hydra.
Abyss.
Mhm.
Okay. That's scary.
That does mean we've got some time. She's not going to be able to aggress for a while. So you
Okay.
want to go ahead and grab all 6 of your gases, because we're going to need Hydra, probably Hydra Corruptor here.
Oops.
So go ahead and grab a Spire as well, and make sure to get some saturation on your natural. Now I notice you don't have any rally points set for your third, your macro hatchery, or your natural. So remember to
fixed
rally
it.
those. Yeah, remember to rally those hatcheries. Otherwise, that means you're rallying your drones every time you spawn them, which is a waste of actions.
Okay.
You always want to just let the hatchery's natural rally point take care of it.
Oh. Right. Okay. You guys mine gas.
And you've got one idle drone that you can turn into a Spire when you're able.
I'm already making a spire.
Oh, okay, then one idle drone that can start mining.
Oh, I was going to turn him into a evolution chamber.
That works then.
Okay.
Technically more glorious than mining, I think.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how the drone hierarchy works.
Now, are those roaches on the same control group as your Zerglings?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Should they be?
Well, that's fine. Whatever's working for you right now.
Well. Okay.
So we're going to want to go ahead and start spamming out some Hydras, spamming out some Corruptors. And let's go ahead and get one Zergling at both of our thirds, both the pocket and the vertical, because we want to see when she takes that.
I don't know if I can get one into here. Oh wait, never mind. I can. There's,
Nope,
she
wrong
hasn't.
way. Oh, that'll work.
No,
She has, and she has taken it. Okay. So let's run those Zerglings up there and see if we can clean up some probes the moment she leaves, because those Zealots are there for now. But we want to actually trade those Zerglings away. We don't want to be on Zerglings much longer.
Oh, whoops. I was thinking I could get them into here, but that's not going to work very well.
No. I was thinking the third, but that'll work. I'm sorry, I wasn't specific. For now, let's just get our spending cleaned up. So make sure you're injecting. Let's see, you have 3 queens? 3 queens, yes. So you'll need a couple more queens. And remember to start the ranged and carapace, because with all those resources floating, there's no reason you can't be on full upgrades right now. So Spire needs to be upgrading. Both Evo chambers, good.
Ah, crap. I'm going to need a good... I always feel like I need good mineral dump units. I feel like I can't efficiently dump minerals into Zerglings.
Yeah, and that's where roaches can help. In this case, let's take a 4th. We
Okay.
want to go ahead and mine more gas since we're going to be very gas heavy with our composition. And you're probably good on drones for now.
Okay.
Even a bit oversaturated at your third, so or at your natural, so you may even want to drop a spore with one of those drones. And remember the Corruptors as well. Yeah, okay, they're there. And for now, you can go ahead and have your Hydras, Roaches, and Corruptors all in the same control group. I'm not too
Oh,
terribly worried about them
okay.
on different control groups.
Okay.
Okay, so just make sure to get that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. No more gas left. And let's go ahead and start an infestation pit. If it gets late enough in the game, we're going to also go ahead and start mixing in some vipers. And feel free to dump any really excess minerals into Zerglings. We're going to try and max out as quickly as possible so that we can start aggressing. We want to break that critical mass. Let's go ahead and split off just a couple of your Zerglings. Let's get one at each Xel'Naga tower just to check against drops.
Where are my Zerglings? Did I kill them all?
Oh, no, I didn't. Got
didn't.
some with your control group still. Alright, as soon as 1-1 finishes... Oh, and remember to start your +1 attack on your Spire as well.
Oh, crap. There's...
okay.
Phoenix.
Yep.
Phoenixes. Phoenix Eye.
Attack!
Yes! Well, I got one. Good enough.
Oh, there you go. Excellent. Alright, so we need to start up a couple of spores at each base. And go ahead and start your 2 gases at the 4th as well. And I would also go ahead and start one more macro hatch because you're going to need to remax pretty quickly.
Oh, my poor Overseer. One macro hatch. No.
You mined out at your main, so you can go ahead and transfer that to your 4th. And remember those spores at your 3rd and your 4th, as well as your main. And then you still need to start that attack upgrade on your Spire and then your +2s on your Evolution Chamber. We're getting to the point here where we want to make sure our upgrades are tight. Any time that you're letting your buildings sit idle without upgrading, it's a time that basically the investment to make that building was wasted, especially with Evolution Chambers since they don't provide anything else. It can make a big difference, especially against Bio if they're on 2-2 Marines. And you could have been on 2-2 Zergling Baneling, but instead you're on 1-1. It's huge. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a few Overseers. Otherwise, we're going to be attacking into this blind. We're ready to go ahead and move out and maybe start breaking her critical mass a bit.
Okay. Oh, I do have. I get the upgrade. Should I upgrade to a hive?
Yep.
I'm going to do that.
We are going to go ahead and grab some Vipers later on when we remax. So go ahead and drop some Changelings. We're going to position them around the map. For now, we can just run them forward. We don't have to be too cautious. And go ahead and just set them on a follow command on one of your Hydras.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the Overseer's on a follow command. The Changelings will
move
whoops.
forward. Okay, go Changelings, go!
Okay, let's go ahead and move out and continue injecting because we're going to remax immediately after this. We're going to try and quickly break that mass. First, go ahead and... You've got some Zealots coming in, so you can clean those up first. And you may want to drop some Spine Crawlers at your 4th, since she's going to try and distract you with these. Oh, you selected your Hydras manually. Try and make sure that you're always selecting them with the control group from here on out.
Well, I didn't want to send the entire army over there. It seemed like a waste.
For now, it's not a waste. I know where you're going with that, but for now, just get into the habit of using your entire control group.
Okay.
Just because otherwise you're kind of conflicting the habits we're trying to develop.
Okay.
Alright, so we have more at your 3rd now.
She's attacking.
Yep.
Hold on. Let me. I should.
And remember to remake those drones on your extractors.
I think I have some drones in my control group.
Yeah, I've seen some players who actually control group their drones when they make them. Really weird, but then they can grab them for emergency situations.
Okay. All right. Well.
Okay. So, just make sure you've got mining on all your gases, because you did lose some gas mining drones.
Oh.
And we're ready to go ahead and move out. So we got enough resources here. We can remax probably once, maybe twice.
Okay.
And start your +3/+3 when you're able, as well as your +2 missile attack. And you've got some idle drones, but we're not too worried about it. There it is. Okay, go ahead and attack move that. For now, just attack move. I'm not too terribly worried about your micro. I just want to get you remaxing consistently. Try and dodge those storms if you can. Oh, there's a good time to dodge them. Okay, you're doing all right here. All right, get ready. You're going to go ahead.
Start.
Yeah, go ahead and make half and half, Hydras and Corruptors.
Oops, I accidentally made all hot.
All Hydras is fine. All Hydras is just fine.
There we go. I'll get some. Oh no!
And go ahead and grab
Oh,
just.
here come the drones.
Okay, pull back those overseers so we don't have to remake them. And oh, you got more drones aggroing. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I
They must
told
have
you
been on a
some
control
of them were on the control group.
group. Okay, so go ahead and get those Hydras control grouped. You're not quite
Here,
maxed yet, so go ahead and.
let me, remove them from that control group first. There we go. More corruptors.
I would say 4 or 5 Hydras, everything else into corruptors. Or I'm sorry, 4 or 5 Vipers. I misspoke.
Whoops.
You've still got enough
Well,
for 4 or 5 Vipers. All right, I would save that 4th first.
Oh, the 4th is under attack.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know.
it's got less defense than the 3rd. Alright, and just max out as quickly as possible. I noticed your spending slipping a bit here from this multitasking. Because we want to make sure we're maxed long before she's able to.
Okay. Well, I
Alright.
think there we go.
Did you get those? Let's see. Okay, no Vipers, that's fine.
Uh,
So yeah, let's go ahead and keep the pressure going. Actually, she's going to continue sending Zealots our way, so let's hold that first.
is she? Oh shit, she is.
She's trying to buy some time to get her critical mass back, get some High Templar energy built up, but for now we'll go ahead and defend because we're almost maxed. Okay, let's go ahead and move out. And while this
Should I
is
get
going
those
on,
Vipers?
yeah, get those Vipers, put them on a separate control group.
Okay. I gotta unselect all the drones from this group then.
Just so you know, in the future you can hold down control for that process and just click
Oh.
one larva. Mhm.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So
That
then
makes
it'll
things a
deselect all
whole
of them.
whack ton easier.
Yeah, if that's what you've been doing, no wonder it's been giving you some trouble. So go
Yeah.
ahead and attack here. Let's keep this aggression going. I actually like where we're at right now. And when
Okay.
the Vipers spawn, go ahead and start eating a building. But that'll be for our next push.
Just charge in.
Try and dodge storms as best you can. Like back up from that one. Don't necessarily deliberately walk through storms.
They're tough bastards. They can dig it.
Oh yeah, Hydra's definitely known for being tough bastards. All right, let's go ahead and split up just a tiny bit. So let's grab just kind of box half of your army
Yeah.
and put it up. Yeah, near, or put it near the bottom. Now we move with everything.
And where?
With
Oh,
everything.
with everything?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, try and just kind of dodge those as best you can here. But
It's
looks like we're doing all right. The corruptors are going to clean up quite a bit. Okay. So now we're actually going to be
so
ready.
now should I continue to mass hydras? Because here they
Yeah.
come.
You want to be on Hydra Corruptor now, or I'm sorry, Hydra Roach, and that's going to complement your Vipers. So you're done with Corruptors.
Okay.
And those Vipers, they need to be charging up right now because they're going to be escorting your next push. If she holds this one, actually.
Ah, crap. I don't know if they.
Let's pull back. The rest of
Okay.
these can live to fight another day, and they'll join the rest of your army. Yep, they're not going to lie to you. Those Zealots have another thing to say about it. Okay, the Corruptors can get away at least. Make sure you pull everything back, and the Vipers, make sure they're nomming on a hatchery.
Okay.
Because we want them to be full health here. Oh, you got one. You got to click multiple times for that one.
Oh, do you? Okay. Okay. Should I start using roaches then?
Yep, max out the remainder of your army on roaches.
Okay.
You've got enough Hydra Corruptor, I'd say, to clean up whatever else she's got right now. It looks like she's committed to ground or to Zealots to go ahead and try and buffer. And continue injecting as best you can because you are a bit larva starved here. And just keep making units until you're maxed out. We're seeing some Dark Templar actually. That's interesting. So this is a
Okay.
bit of a desperation move here. We call them Desperation Templar. So just make sure you've got Overseer with your army. You'll clean that up. There we go.
I should also make sure I put a.
Yeah, just make sure you got spores
Spore.
and spines across. Go ahead and get those Vipers on a move command following your Hydras.
Okay.
And just so you know, the casting for the Abduct, which is what you're going to be using here on the Tempest and Colossi,
Yeah.
it's similar to the Consume. So you're going to need to click it multiple times in order to cast it multiple times. Now later on we'll get into how you can just use one key press, but for now we'll just leave it simple like that.
Okay.
So go ahead, and the moment you're maxed out, we're going to push again.
Okay. All right. Well, I maxed.
right.
They're not ready to go yet. They're
That's
hatching.
fine. Yeah, the remainder of that can be part of your rally. I'm not too terribly worried about that. You've
Okay.
got a pretty sizable army here. Just make sure
Okay.
you lead with your Vipers.
Lead with them. Okay.
So attack move with your army. The Vipers are actually in front, and they're going to abduct. Okay, abduct, abduct, abduct.
Oh my God.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
They're not. They're not. They didn't
feedback.
abduct.
Nope, you didn't have them selected.
Oh, guess that makes sense.
So that's kind of what I was talking about practicing those control groups, because casters are super difficult to use effectively. But fortunately, Zerg is very A-move friendly, so. And it looks like this push is going to do the trick. The nice thing about that is that did occupy some of her actions because she was busy feedbacking your Vipers rather than storming your army.
Oh well, that's a silver lining if I ever heard one.
Yep. Viper's very expensive High Templar meat shield, it turns out, so that's good.
Pretty sure she went easy on me in that game. What did you tell her to do, by the way?
I didn't tell. Well, I just told her to go Tempest Colossus, because you had mentioned that had led you into wanting Vipers. So I wanted to see if Vipers would have helped you, or if it was more just a matter of cleaning up your production.
I see.
I feel like that was indicative that Vipers for now probably wouldn't have helped you.
I see.
With more practice, maybe, but you're going to have a phase here where Vipers and Infestors are a huge liability, because you're going to have situations like that where you'll either hit the wrong control group, or maybe you'll have them selected, but then you'll hit the wrong hotkey and you'll accidentally blinding cloud a bunch of Tempests, which does nothing. And then you'll be like, well, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I should have won that game, but
You know, honestly, I wouldn't have guessed you would have won it either. I felt like she was a little bit passive, but you did do quite a bit of damage with your counterattack, so that definitely is something.
well, okay.
So, let's go
What's
ahead.
next, Charlie?
Well, do you want to go ahead and start looking into some Swarm Host play then? Or did what
Sure.
we just did feel comfortable?
I mean, it felt good. But if she were going a ground army like Stalker, Colossus, and those high. I hate High Templars. They seem to just chew through everything that I have, and the only thing that really helps, I feel like, is Swarm Hosts.
Yeah, I agree. Big help. Baneling Drop's also really good, but that's a pretty high APM play.
Yeah,
So,
that's like the last thing on my mind. Like, oh man,
well,
that'd be some bait drops.
oh yeah, back in Wings, I'd be all over that. It was just kind of like, okay, let's see what happens. If he's got good splitting, I lose.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's go ahead and get into the next game, and we'll get you started
Okay.
on some Swarm Host play.
Okay. All right. But yeah, versus Protosses. Why can't I join this party? Oh, I haven't selected a map. That makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, it seems that versus Protoss is still undeniably my weakest matchup. It gives me a ton of trouble.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you seem a little frazzled. Okay.
So
So, all right. So I basically just told her to do whatever now. I won't set you
Okay.
up for anything. You're good to go.
okay. All right. So we're gonna try some Swarm Hosts here.
Yeah, we are. And if you'd rather the 11 overpool, let's do that, because I do feel that goes into Swarm Host much cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, I have been taking some cues from you. I mean, it's not because I want to emulate you. It's more I want to have things that work. And obviously what you do seems to work. So
Versus Protoss, at the very least, yes, it does. Versus
I
Terran,
feel-
it feels like an experiment that's never quite coming together.
Versus Terran, I still feel comfortable versus Terran. I feel like at some point, basic Muta, Bling play or whatever they call it is not going to cut it anymore. But right now, it's working. It's working well.
Actually, that's what all the pros have fallen back to.
Yeah.
Mutiling Bling and just hit a few key timings that take advantage of the Bio Witamine, take advantage of some weaknesses that it has. But yeah, I mean, people who are experimenting like me with swarm hosts and other things like that are actually struggling a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, as times to cancel your Overlord go, that was actually
Yeah,
the best possible one.
Really?
Because you're
I was like,
you're gonna be fine on Larva.
okay, there we go. So I'm still not used to it, so sometimes I naturally be like, oh, I got to do the 9 Overlord, but
That's fine.
it's like, oh,
One thing is you can actually make an Overlord while you're supply capped, so you could have canceled that extractor much sooner and gotten back to
okay,
mining. So I always like to try and cancel that at ASAP.
I see. Oh yeah, this guy's got to go to the natural.
Yep. Yeah, that should be a habit in all 3 matchups for a while. Even
Okay.
ZBZ, it'll spot a drone coming in, so you know if you need to check for a spine.
Yeah, I've had that happen once, and that's it.
Yeah, when it does happen, you feel really stupid because you're just like, oh, this is going fine, no big deal, and then you randomly hear your structure's under attack. And you're like,
Yeah.
what? And it turns out he's got a base in your base.
I hate it when that happens.
I know.
No, there I can see that drone, or that, not drone, probe. I always find that drones, probes, SUVs are all kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, they're all gatherers, harvesters. Now, that Overlord you actually want to skip.
Which, oh, really?
Yeah. 11 Overpool has a second deliberate supply block at 19 or 18, depending on what style you're going.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that's when you're going to drop your hatchery. So actually, that Overlord sets you back 50 minerals because it could have been a drone, but then also the mining time from that drone as well versus your hatchery time. So, haha! Take that probe. No
All
cannons
right, now,
for you.
these guys should go do some harass, right?
Yep. And this is where you get to put your multitasking to the test and get to use those control groups. Now, I notice
feel like... Notice what?
your hatchery is not rallied.
Oh.
This is going to be our next basic we need to work on a bit. And that
Oh,
results.
why is it not... It starts rallied, doesn't it, though?
It does. At some point, it looks like you reset it.
How the hell did that happen? Oh, well, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get into here.
Well, you might be able to if those 2 zealots are. Run by.
Should I throw down a roach warren? I feel like.
Yeah, this is actually going to be. Well, no,
'Cause
actually.
I think there's too many zealots to handle.
Well, yeah, I mean, if your hatchery was a little sooner, I would say you could hold this with spine crawlers, but this, yeah. The way you're approaching this, I'd say you'll be fine. Let's pull back your Zerglings, actually. You want them back with your queen.
Okay. Or maybe she just sent those zealots to the towers.
I wouldn't bet on it with double gateway like this. She might even
Okay.
be following up with a 4-gate. Alright, you are
We should
supply
make it-
blocked.
Oh, shit.
Okay, go ahead
Yeah.
and pull back your queen, surround with the drones. All your drones, right click on your queen. Nope, you want to surround your queen with the drones.
Oh, whoops. Well, that worked anyway.
Yeah, this will work too because it looks like she's going to focus on that queen. So just pull back the queen when it gets too low. Good. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse. So
Yeah, that's true.
let's make some roaches here. We got one more zealot coming in, so get ready to pull your queen back. And once you get a few roaches out, you should be in good shape here. Okay, surround with the drones.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we got to get you more comfortable with fighting with those drones because they're getting mauled. Alright, so you've got enough defense here.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get some drones recovered. You got a lot of idle drones too.
Oh, I can't. Don't have enough minerals to make drones. That's very, very sad.
I could pull back on those down there.
Oops. Fuck. I accidentally made roaches instead of drones.
Okay, we'll go ahead and go on the counteroffensive a bit then. So go ahead and get all those roaches control group. Notice this whole time you have not been control grouping them, which is making it harder for you to control them later on.
Oh, yeah. That's why my queen isn't control grouped.
Speaking of control groups.
Because she's dead. Or, well, the original one is dead.
Alright, so you've got a couple more roaches up top that you missed on your control group, so let's get them all consolidated, see if we can apply a little pressure, but from what we're seeing, she already has a forge, so probably going to be a cannon in your way.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get to droning now. And you've still got one idle drone left.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Need a queen, another queen. Okay. Now, here's the counterattack squad. It's just
In all its
ready to
glory.
go.
5 roaches and 2 zerglings, they can get a lot done. We're going to pull back
Well,
if we
like
see a
to hope.
cannon.
There will definitely
Yeah,
be
that
a
was.
cannon.
That looks like a cannon. Yeah, with micro, I'd say you can do quite a bit of damage to those zealots, but I don't think we want to worry about that for now. Let's go ahead and take our layer here. The moment that queen finishes, and you're going to grab your second, third, and fourth gas.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and transfer some drones to your natural, because it looks like you're getting pretty heavy on your main. I would
Okay.
say just transfer 8 or so. Yeah, that'll
I
be good.
think that was exactly 8 that I selected.
That'll work. Start that layer.
Oh, I need I need overloads. Okay. Did the layer start yet?
yeah,
no, it's
no,
not
yeah.
started yet.
That layer timing's the most important thing for a swarm host.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm way behind.
Yep.
Oh, I need the gas coming in. Okay. Where is my other queen? Oh, there she is. No. Only one of you needs to go.
And make sure you get that gas at your main saturated.
Oh, shit.
Alright, and then just keep spamming out drones for a bit here.
I put zerglings at these towers.
Okay.
Seems important.
Alright, let's start that infestation pit. And an overseer, let's just take that one that's behind her natural, make that an overseer, and get some scouting done.
Alright, do I have enough drones yet? Oh, well, she's already at the towers. Or one of them, at least. Overseer, you. Okay. I feel like I should also get those evolution chambers down.
Generally, you're going to want the evolution chambers after you've made some swarm hosts, so...
Okay.
But for now, you're fine. Let's make some
Well, it's
overlords.
just I
You are
was-
supply capped.
I was oversaturated on my main. It's like, they'll be
Gotcha. Alright.
there'll be evolution chambers. So I see lots of gateways.
And it looks like we're going into Blink.
Blink stalkers.
Okay, so go ahead and start your Locust Life and drop, well, you already have your Roach Warren, so let's start your Locust Life, start your +1, your 1/1, and start Roach Speed, because we're going to have roaches escorting your swarm hosts.
Okay, so what should I build now with the...
You're going to go ahead and spam out some roaches here. Okay, and go ahead and take your third. And make
Okay.
sure that, did you control group those roaches?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is not good. What's the plan? Spam spine crawlers everywhere?
Nope.
Spines.
Pull back, pull back, pull back. What are you doing?
Looking spine crawlers?
She's got
They
blink. She's going to be able to blink right up that ramp. Spines aren't going to help too much. Just keep making roaches here. Because the time to make spines is kind of long past.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to hold
Keep
this.
making roaches. Keep making roaches. But yeah, she
Okay.
supply blocked you with those overlord kills. Alright. That looks like game. Especially once her blink finishes.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Alright. So, what needs to be changed there, would you say?
More units, probably. Seems important.
Well, why did you not make units, though? What prevented you from making units?
Trying to make swarm hosts instead, or build up to the point to making swarm hosts.
Okay, but
And the fact I was supply blocked.
I guess what I'm getting at is, well, that's a good point. Why were you supply blocked, right? Because he got from the stalkers to your, or he got the stalkers from his natural to your third, and happened upon your overlords. Well, the
Yeah.
reason that all that happened, and the reason you didn't make more units than you did, is because you didn't see him leaving his base.
Yeah.
So that's really what I'm getting at, is we're back to a point here where from the point you pulled back your army onward, you were completely blind as to what was leaving his natural.
Mm.
So that's where that Zergling still needs to be positioned outside of his natural, and if it gets killed, you replace it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, the problem with protons is they can warp in stuff, behind that Zergling.
Well, they can, but part of it is that Zergling keeps an eye out for probes leaving as well.
Okay.
Eventually you get to a point that you're keeping an eye on the mini-map, and if you see a little red dot moving out, then you go ahead and switch over to that Zergling and start it chasing the probe.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's the thing I had the most trouble with, is holding this kind of gateway pushes.
Yeah. And a big part of that
And
is seeing
High
it
Templar,
leave.
and Phoenix, and Archons, and pretty much every Protoss unit.
And probes, and
Yeah, those probes give me, when they have the probe all in, that's nothing I can do.
offensive Nexus recall rush.
What?
Seriously, they'll drop a Nexus. I've seen it before. I've never seen it work. They drop a Nexus, and they have a mothership core, and the moment the Nexus finishes, they mass recall to the Nexus that's at your base.
And then they photon overcharge it too.
And then they're just like, "Oh, guess what? I have a base in your base," and it doesn't do anything because it's kind of bad.
That is pretty awesome. That would be cool if it worked.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like back in Wings of Liberty beta when people would try to pull off a planetary fortress rush.
yeah, I saw that. I actually tried it one time. It's never worked though.
No, it doesn't work, but it's still kind of funny. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another game here.
Okay.
I feel like also when the Zealot rush occurred, we kind of saw something here that we may want to look over, and that is that 11 Overpool doesn't go directly into Roach as well as 15 Pool.
Okay.
In part because it's at that stage of the game, it's trying to drone to catch up what it lost from grabbing an earlier pool.
Yeah.
And so you're not necessarily going to want to be then saving up, or making more overlords so you have supply for the roaches, saving up a bunch of minerals for the roaches. You may actually be better off just to say, you know what, at this point I need at least one spine.
Okay.
It's kind of either or. I used to respond with roaches all the time, but these days now when I see that kind of thing, I just drop a spine in my main. I hold out. If they go for my natural, then I go ahead and just let the natural take a few hits, and then I scoot down with my queens and spine and clean it up after I'm ready.
Okay.
Oftentimes, though, they'll just run straight in, go for your drones, and that's where you can go ahead and defend with your queen and spine on the high ground.
All right.
Okay, ready when
Noted.
you are.
So I'm trying to do the same thing.
What's that? Should you? Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what she'll do, but yeah, we're going to keep going for this, try and tighten it up a bit. Because at that point, we actually did not see swarm hosts.
No, that's true. I could have made them, but
Yeah.
it was too late.
Yeah, they're pitiful at defense, actually.
Really?
Mhm.
I thought that's like it seems like they were envisioned as a defensive unit.
Nope. They were actually Dustin Browder kind of, when he first marketed them, so to speak, it was the endless wave of Zergs knocking at your door, blah 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 blah. He always thought they should be a siege unit, and I think part of the issue is people then immediately compared them to the siege tank, which is a phenomenal defensive unit.
Yeah.
But they're not like that. I'd say they're better at offense than the siege tank, but almost worthless at defense. I mean, absolute garbage at defense. They're so slow. The locusts are easily dodged. Nice cancel there. That was really quick. You probably got 2 extra rounds of mining from that.
Well, I'll make sure not to spend those 10 minerals all in one place.
Go buy yourself a lollipop. But yeah. That said, part of the kind of I guess high level thinking behind the swarm host play is that you always want them to be on the aggressive side of the game. If you're ever having to defend with swarm hosts, unless he's just attacking into the locus, which more often than not he won't, you're basically losing the game very slowly.
Let's see. So I should supply block myself at 18.
Yes, I know it feels really counterintuitive. That's why I kind of recommend don't do 11 over pool unless you really want to try something funky.
I just hate getting these pylon block. It throws me off.
Oh, keep droning.
So much.
One more drone.
What's that?
One more drone.
One more drone.
And this is going to feel really cool when you do it. You're going to feel like such a badass here. Go ahead and pull a drone and drop another extractor.
Pull a drone. Drop another extractor.
Queen and 2 Zerglings.
Queen. Choose.
And now cancel the extractor.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Whoa, macroing like a beast.
Yep. Now drop an Overlord. Yep.
And he'll go to my 3rd.
And these Zerglings are going to pop just in time for you to drop your hatch. Oh, look at that. She's pylon blocking, which actually is not going to work out very well versus 4 Zerglings and a drone. This pylon actually is not long for this world. She'll need to cancel it.
Oh, is she going to cancel it? Oh,
good call.
Well,
a lot of players they'll forget to, and you'll just get to kind of chuckle as it buys them an extra 5 seconds.
Yeah. But 5 seconds probably isn't worth that
75 minerals? Not at all.
Yeah. I thought a pylon was 100 minerals.
You get 25 less for canceling it.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to go ahead and start another queen. You're going to do 2 consecutive queens, maybe even 3 consecutive queens here.
Like 2 queens in a row?
Yep. One of the major advantages of 11 over pool is it starts your queen production earlier, which gives you a kind of a defensive bonus.
I see.
Let's go ahead and run up that ramp a little bit, see if we're up against double gateway again. Let's try not to lose these. Okay, we are up against a cyber core. Nope.
What was that thing behind it? I didn't click on it. It's a gateway. Okay.
I
wonder if I can have him just wait right here. No, never mind. Okay.
Okay.
So,
drone. We're going to go ahead and start a 3rd queen. And start a creep tumor, and then this queen is your injection for the natural.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and set the rally point for both of our hatcheries to the natural for a while, since we're good on saturation on our main. You'll even want to transfer.
You mean the drone rally points?
That's correct.
So
yep.
Should I start a gas? I feel like I should start a gas.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
Generally speaking, you want to start your first gas if you're doing the build I go with right about the point your 3rd queen finishes. So this is fine.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh, pull those Zerglings back, because there's probably something else waiting. This is much, much cleaner.
Okay. Well, that's also because I didn't get Zealot rushed.
That is true. But you would have held
That
a Zealot
helps.
rush much better, too, because you'd be at 3 queens by
Whoops, I accidentally spammed out fucking 3 overlords.
now. Oh, you won't supply block for a while.
Well, that's always good.
Okay, you're very high on minerals. Let's go ahead and grab our 2nd and 3rd gas. This is just reactionary because the minerals are so high.
Okay.
And drone.
Oh no!
Oh no! Okay, we don't see a natural yet. That's actually a little spooky. Go ahead and suicide your overlord into her main. And let's go ahead and drop a spine crawler on your natural.
Should I push it out a little bit
Yep. And go ahead and start your lair.
Here, why is this guy? You can be a spine crawler too. Give your life for the glory of the swarm.
Alright, we do see warp tech. Only 2 gateways. That's a little wonky. Let's go ahead and I would say drop a spore just in case we have a mothership 4 gate. Right at your spines.
Oh, at the spines.
Yep.
Okay.
And your overlord, let's go ahead and cruise down to the natural now. We want to see if she's expanding behind this.
Whoops.
Yeah, you're pulling back here. You never want to... Once you commit, go ahead and just see what all you can see.
Yeah. Isn't that a song?
Be all you can be in the Army Reserve.
or see what you can see. I don't know.
Okay, let's go ahead and I'm kind of getting a little spooked here. Okay, there's the natural, but that's still a really late natural given the warp tech. Let's go ahead and grab, I would say... Actually, let's grab a Hydra Den.
Okay.
And also an Infestation Pit. You can grab them both at the same time.
Well, that's the beauty about being Zerg, is you only need one building
Yep.
to build all your units.
It is a fun time. Because somewhere, something's going on. This natural's way too late, and the warp tech was pretty damn quick.
Okay. Maybe she's just like freestyling. Okay, so now once that Hydra Den pops, should I spam out some Hydras?
I would get just a couple. We also have our Infestation Pit about to pop. Now make sure you saturate your third gas.
Okay.
And we've got our lair finished. Let's go ahead and morph this guy into an Overseer and take another cruise through her main.
Looks like there's some kind of crazy zealot rush going on.
Yeah.
Oops, I accidentally made a bunch of swarm hosts.
That's fine. A
Wrong
bunch is
button.
good too. So go ahead and start that Locust Life the moment you have 200 gas, because that is super important.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
so
can
need
always try to always rally your Overseer when you morph it so that it scouts without you having to look at it.
Okay. Oh, well.
Otherwise it sits idle and gets shot down.
Yeah,
Lot
because I
of
see her
zealots.
warping in a ton of zealots.
Oh.
And Void Rays.
Okay, mash out
Right.
those Hydras. And get ready to transfuse that Spore Crawler.
Gee,
Aw.
no!
Okay, Hydras, Hydras, Hydras. I would go ahead and cancel the Locust Life, burrow your Swarm Hosts, make nothing but Hydras with the resources you get back from canceling that Locust Life. It's really important you go ahead and get
Oops.
you go ahead and get your Hydras control group the moment they're spawning, because that's going to allow them to go ahead and immediately
Run
start
away,
attacking.
drones. Run away. Okay.
Alright.
I don't know if I'll be able to make enough.
Yeah, you've got enough. You just got to make sure they're control grouped.
They are. Oh, well, some of them are.
Okay, defend your main, defend your main. They're moving to your natural for no reason. Okay, there we go. Get ready to transfuse that. She's just focusing it down. Alright, immediately once you've cleaned this up, you're going to double expand. Okay, you can go ahead and start your idle drones working back on your natural. They're better off distance mining than hanging out there. And you're going to go ahead and take...
How can I select all my idle drones at one time? Oh, it's control.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
And
I still don't see this anywhere. I think this was probably proxied,
okay.
because we don't see it anywhere in her base.
By Overseer.
Take your third as well. And let's
yes.
take... oh, you don't have Overlord speed. That is one thing I forgot to have you do. Okay, that's fine. Get those drones mining.
I
And-
need some.
Yeah, Overlords, make sure you keep up with those injects. And let's go ahead and get both Locust Life, Grooved Spines, and Hydra Speed.
Get
The moment,
all of it?
Yes.
All of the above.
The moment Locust Life finishes, we're going on the offensive.
Okay. These guys are going to become drones. Alright.
And you don't need any more drones. You
Let's
just
put these guys on a control group.
Okay.
There we go.
and you don't need any more drones. So just make I would say make Hydras right now, given what we've seen.
Oh, crap.
Or Overlords, that's good too. I would go ahead and get a macro hatchery as well.
Hydros. What's that?
Let's get a macro hatchery and get that fourth gas started, since you're really gas starved here. Okay, Locust Life is going to be ready by the time you're ready to attack. Actually, it looks like she wants to attack, so go ahead and make sure you rally those Locusts. Your Swarm Host should always be rallied, so rally them to outside of your natural. There we go, good. And you're still not on your fourth gas because they're trying to mine an empty geyser.
Crap.
Okay, get ready. Go out with your Hydras and defend. Group your Locusts and defend with that as well. You've got a chance to clean up here. Just be ready to pull back the Hydras if necessary. Keep making, keep producing. You want to be always producing. Alright, pull back. She's about to go for the Hydras. Okay, you're going to have enough Hydras after that spawn. This is good. You're going to have enough Hydras after that spawn. Go ahead and produce another hatchery. Believe it or not, she actually traded really poorly there because that hatchery wasn't saturated yet, and
Yeah.
those zealots were actually more valuable than the hatchery, so that's good.
Okay.
All right, so now you're going to be on full swarm host production, but you are supply blocked. Okay, let's go ahead and uproot your swarm hosts. Let's get an overseer with your army just in case of a Dark Templar transition, and we're going to move across the map here. Have your Hydras on attack move just in case she tries to snipe your swarm hosts. We're going to position ourselves outside of her natural.
Okay.
And go ahead and set your rally point to outside of her natural, and you're going to be rallying nothing but swarm hosts here for a bit. And go ahead and... oh, we found her. Looks like she can't directly engage that many Hydras. That's good for us. Very good for us.
So I just follow her.
Yep.
Where's my overseer? Oh, there it is.
We're just trying to make sure we get her to the point that she's choked back in her natural. Alright, we're getting there. Go ahead and burrow swarm hosts, rally them to her natural. And continue rallying swarm hosts.
Oh, I require more Vespene gas.
That's fine. Would you like
Should I
to...
just-
let's dump
should
into
I-
queens. Let's dump, I didn't want to get you into queen-based play, but let's dump it. You've got a lot of minerals here.
Okay.
And get that 5th and 6th gas started up here. And yeah, you remember you want to be rallying swarm hosts, not hydras.
I know.
Okay.
But I didn't have enough, whatever you call them. Minerals or Vespene gas,
Stuffs.
actually.
Okay.
Didn't have enough resources.
All right. So this next spawn after this one, push behind it with your hydras and use the locust as a buffer.
Okay.
And uproot your swarm hosts. We're going to push forward a tiny... oh, she's going for a
trying to
snipe.
flank.
Get him. Get him! Okay.
Oh, shit. I knew this was probably
Burrow
gonna
your
happen.
swarm host.
What's that?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Never mind. All right, so she wants to go for a trade, and this actually is really favorable for us. Snipe that Nexus real quick with your Hydras.
Okay, this one?
Yep.
Okay.
And continue rallying your swarm hosts up towards her natural. For some reason, they reset to an idle location.
Well, how am I going to deal with these stalkers, though? Is it
You're
the big-
trading here. You're trading. So
Okay.
keep producing. You've stopped producing, and your macro hatchery's not producing either. It's actually...
Well, don't have enough to
Okay.
produce.
So you know what? Actually, since you can't, I don't see you holding this. Your swarm host back there is actually idle as well. Go ahead and pull back your hydras to defend. Burrow your swarm hosts if you can. Real quick. Ah, they died.
Where?
They were back at home. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead and push your swarm hosts that are up front up towards her main. Because you got to start getting damage done to her main ASAP.
Okay.
Drop some spines at your natural. In fact, turn every drone you possibly can into spines. Save that hatchery. Save that hatchery.
I'm trying.
Your hydras are idle.
Where? Oh,
Right
shit.
next to your hatchery. Nope, that's not the hatchery. The one at the natural, the only one that's mining.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to get this cleaned up. It looks like she will get the hatchery, but we're going to have more than enough to... Actually, she might not get the hatchery either. Okay, back at her base, the swarm hosts are doing well. I'm wondering if she possibly has the pocket base, so... we might as well use hydras for it. Let's send one hydra to her pocket third.
Hydra Trooper Pocket Third.
Yeah, and then the rest of them can go ahead and head out to...
I think Hydra Trooper Pocket Third is a good song. It's a good song name.
It would be a good song.
Okay. Go, Hydras, go.
All right, now I notice a lot of your hydras are not control grouped.
Some of them are.
Some of them, but most of them are not. And let's uproot those spines. They're going to die once that creep proceeds. So go ahead and put them at your natural in case of another attempted base trade. You can double-click them to select them all at once as well. Hydras, you need to always be attack moving. They're dying right now for free.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's not good.
Try to always use attack move. You've got more of them moving in now.
Yeah, that's really not good.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like she has her Pocket Third or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I should
let's go
probably
ahead
move all these
and...
guys. Or shit.
Yep, get those spine crawlers relocated. That's going to be your defense against this run by she's attempting, and then you can go ahead and finish her off.
Okay.
Alright. So go ahead and get your Hydras up that ramp the next time she misses a force field.
Okay. Okay, I need like some Zerglings or something.
Yeah, go ahead and just spam out Zerglings, whatever you can produce at this point. And I'd go ahead and get Metabolic Boost just so they have something to them.
This is an ugly game.
it's pretty disgusting, but you are winning, so that's something.
I guess so.
Alright, get ready to run up that ramp. She's been force fielding pretty consistently here, so she might be running out here soon. I'm also wondering where these warpins are coming from. I'm hoping it's just a proxy pylon, but she may have a hidden base somewhere.
Go get them, Locusts.
She's going to attempt to run by. Get ready to cut it off with those Zerglings.
Wait, with these Zerglings?
Yep, beyond the ramp, because she's going to attempt to run past. Oh, there we go.
Oh, well.
So I guess she did not have a hidden base. Alright.
Okay. Oh. Victory.
Was that as
This is
stressful for
nice.
you as it was for me?
What did you say?
I said, was that as stressful for you as it was for me?
That was pretty stressful.
And that's kind of the tricky thing with Stormhost is your multitasking is going to be taxed to a whole different level.
Yeah.
But they're
But
so
I felt like
effective.
I handled it pretty well because I won.
Yeah. I would say the big thing there that almost kind of gave it away, though, is the attack move on your units. Make sure, as a rule of thumb, you're just always attack move.
His attack move. Okay.
Yeah, like when you watch pro streams and they're like just constantly right-clicking everywhere, it's because they're so conscious of their units that
I
they're
see.
never going to have an engagement that occurs accidentally. Or in a perfect world, they wouldn't. Maybe 9 times out of 10, it's not accidental. So when an engagement does occur, they're able to switch it over to attack move right away
I see.
before it even starts. But until I'd say your Master League, every move command should actually be an attack move command, just in case.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I've got time for one more.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and get that one up, and we'll go for another Swarm Host and see if we can improve on that. I liked the opening itself was so clean. That was so much better. Even if you hadn't been Zealot Rush the game before, I think this was just an all-around cleaner opening, so that was good.
Okay. Yeah, I think right now Hydralisk Swarm Host is what's working well for me in Protoss games. Eventually, I mean, shouldn't they be queens instead of Hydralisks because queens can transfuse and stuff?
That's right. And because they're actually, for the cost, all around, they're actually a much better unit in combat as well.
I see.
They have 2.5 times the health. They have the ability to transfuse, which gives them upwards of 6 times the health, if not more. And they actually can do almost as much damage if you have an attack advantage over their armor and shields. Because they have 2 ground attacks, whereas Hydras only get 1. So for every upgrade that you have that's advantageous over their armor, you're actually getting +2 damage rather than just +1.
I see.
Vice versa, if they out-upgrade their armor versus your attack, you're -2 damage.
Okay. Alright, oh, am I starting the Overlord yet? No, I should probably do that. There he comes. He's gonna go natural.
Good, good, good.
There we go. Okay.
Also, one of the first things you should do, just kind of out of habit as a good best practice, is just set your main hatchery's rally point to your choke point.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about that too much now, just because we're making some drones, but... Or, I'm sorry, we're making a spawning pool. That thing! There we go.
Yeah, that one. Well, technically, spawning pool comes out of a drone, so
It's true.
you're partly right.
We're spending drones that we already made. That's what I meant to say. That's totally what I meant to say.
All right, so it's at 15 supply. Is queen 2 lings, or is it 14 supply?
15 if you're going 4 Zerglings.
F 4 Zerglings.
Yep. Okay. So we'll go ahead and go up to 15. Yes.
Okay.
Later on, you can be really sneaky and sometimes go only 2 Zerglings.
Hmm.
That's what I do. It depends on what I see from my opponent, so we won't worry about that for now. You can just go 4 Zerglings every game.
Okay. So then you were gonna make a hatchery, or not a hatchery, a thing, and then 2 Zerglings, and then there we go.
All right. So
Macroing like a beast.
one thing that's a little spooky. Oh, never mind. She came back. Actually, she was just hiding under the Overlords so well that I didn't see it on the minimap. I thought we had a rogue probe out there somewhere, but it's actually directly under the probe on the minimap, or under the Overlord.
Oh, okay.
And
and
make sure that drone's
fine.
just following directly behind, because your macro is always
Yep.
going to come out well. Now, the really cool thing about this is if you time it perfectly, you're going to scare the ever-loving crap out of your Protoss opponent. Because they're going to see 4 Zerglings coming out super early.
Hmm.
They're not going to see a natural go down. It's going to look in every way, shape, and form like either a Roachling all-in or a Baneling bust.
Okay.
And you're actually in just hard macro mode.
And that'll force them into defenses that they don't necessarily need, and
Yeah, you'll randomly show up at their natural with your Swarm host later on in the game to 4 cannons sitting there. You'll be like, oh, okay, cool.
well,
Oh, speaking of stuff, let's pull back our Zealots, get their queens on both control groups. We saw that running past your Overlord here. Pull back
Oh,
your
shit.
queen, pull back your
Alright.
queen. Now, surround your queens with your drones. This is what we needed to do
Okay.
last time.
okay.
There you go, there you go. Yep, just like that. Now, attack move with the queens, but not the drones. See that?
Oh, well, look at that.
Now
That
attack
means
with
she
the
has to-
drones. Now attack with the drones. Because she's
Now-
manually targeting. Now stop.
Stop what?
There you go, see? We're tricking her AI.
Oh, well, how about that?
You lost only 3 drones there, I would say.
Okay, well, I need some...
Yep, let's actually make a few...
Whoops, I think I accidentally made way too many Zerglings.
Okay, I was thinking a few, but 16's good too.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and just make sure the queens are crawling down as well so that we lose as few of our Zerglings as possible. And you've got Zerglings at her natural, so let's go ahead and shut down that Nexus. Okay, there we go.
There's no Nexus being built.
It just canceled.
Okay.
She canceled when she saw your Zerglings. Alright. She's actually
Take
very
that.
committed to this.
She's
All
very
right.
what?
Committed to this.
Yeah.
She lost a total of 6 Zealots so far. Let's go ahead and start droning, get a spine at your natural. You've got a lot
Okay.
of minerals, actually, so get an extra couple queens. And those Zerglings, get that Zealot cleaned up there.
Die! Die! Whoops.
Zerglings.
Oh,
Zerglings.
yeah, yeah. Zerglings, Zerglings, Zerglings.
The Zerglings that are not on a control group.
Well, now they are.
Okay, pull your
No,
drones.
leave
Pull
my
your
drones
drones.
alone.
Pull your drones. Okay. So now just drone. You've got no control group on your natural hatchery, so if you're short on larvae, that's why. Alright, very good. Let's go ahead and get the rest of those Zerglings over to her natural. We want to cut off any further production, or any further rallying, I should say. And let's make 1 spine crawler at your natural, just in case anything slips by. Also
Okay.
set your rally point for your natural, because you've got a bunch of idle drones.
Fuck. Ooh, okay.
Good hold. Much better hold than last game. Or last
Yes.
game she did this.
Last time she did something weird.
Yep. Shenanigans. Alright, let's suicide your Overlord into her main. It's been a long time since she canceled that Nexus. I suspect
Yeah, I'm,
something else
I'm
is going
feeling like I should morph to hatchery and get some hydras out, because I get a bad feeling of
Alright, she actually has a cannon up on the high ground, so this is great for us. This means she was spooked about a counterattack, so just keep droning. And
Okay.
this Suicide Overlord's going to show us whatever we need to see as far as what we need to respond to. Oh, wow. Okay, did you just notice that with your Overlord?
the pylon.
Pull back your Overlord. Give you a little hint.
Okay.
You always want to check when you see on the mini-map a new large building, check it, because you're going to be able to see timings on it. In this case, you would have seen the Cybercore just warping in.
Okay.
Literally, her Cybercore just finished, and that's
Yeah.
phenomenal for us. It means... Oh, here we go. We got something. Get ready to transfuse. She
Oh, yeah.
has... I suspect she has proxy gateways. That's the only way these could have been created. So get all
Yeah.
your queens together. Get those drones surrounding. Pull back that one queen in front.
Run, Queen, one. Run.
Zerglings, make sure they help defend. They're going the wrong way. Oh, attacking your hatchery. That's good too.
They're attacking my hatchery?
They were for a second, but they're fine now.
Okay.
All right, drone, because you are losing drones here.
I was just finally trying to move out.
Yeah. So we are on hatch tech now, or layer tech. Now, once we get these drones up, I honestly feel like, especially since we just saw our Cybercore finish, we have enough of a tech advantage that some hydro pressure is going to really shut down this natural. So let's go ahead and get both of those gases resaturated.
Okay.
And go ahead and keep all your Zerglings on the defensive.
Hydra is on the way.
And start metabolic boost. We're going to go Ling Hydra here, since we're already
That's
heavily
interesting.
committed.
Should I get all the gases
Yes.
in my base
Yep.
that I currently own? All
Yep.
4 of them?
Hmm. Keep droning, though, because otherwise you're going to be overgassed, and you have some idle drones as well.
Okay. Trying to gather up all my Zerglings and put them on a control group.
Okay. Got some more in your main there.
Oh yeah, there they are. Man, they're hanging out.
Okay, and as soon as you're able
shit.
to, go ahead and get Hydra Speed, since we're going to be playing on the offensive here.
Oh, what's this? These are gateways.
Yep. So she's also chrono boosting her Cybercore. It looks like she's going for some kind of 2-base gateway aggression, maybe a 5 or 6 gate. Given how late her natural is, she can't afford too much more than that.
Okay.
So go ahead and get those gases at your natural saturated and continue droning. You've got enough Zerglings here you can afford to drone for a little while.
Okay.
Okay, you've got one extra drone on one of your hatcheries or extractors on your natural.
Okay.
And we're ready to go on to full Hydra now.
Okay.
We're
Why
gonna go.
am I? Oh, that's why. Hello?
Sorry.
Oh.
I was kind of thinking about something, thinking out loud. So yeah, in this case, since we know our opponent just dropped their natural, we're actually going to go very low drone count because we're not technically all in, since we know, unless there's a hidden somewhere, which I doubt, there's going to be no way that she can be out-mining us.
Okay.
So we're just going to continue producing Hydras, go ahead and get those groove spines started as soon as you have enough gas. So go ahead and dump some minerals a bit, because we do want those groove spines in case there's a Colossus transition. It'll give us a little bit of a fighting chance against those.
Okay.
And so go ahead and just dump minerals into Zerglings. You're going to have a little bit of extra minerals here, so you may want to drop a third behind this pressure.
Okay.
And you're just
Right
fine
now?
to have everything on one control group. Yep, right now.
Okay. Oops. Well, this Overlord is going to join the control group.
That's fine. It'll be a party. Let's actually make him an Overseer anyways. Oh, there they are. We actually were being proxied, so that was a phenomenal hold on your part. Let's go ahead and clear up those gateways.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
she's got stalkers up there too.
Yeah, she's pulling back. We could clean those up with the Zerglings, but I'd rather not take any unnecessary risks here. Oh, Dark Templar, pull back, pull back. That's why I was mentioning the Overseer. Make an Overseer right away.
Oh, why is it not an Overseer? I thought I made him an Overseer.
I don't know. Actually, you had it on the control group, so it may have canceled the command. So spam Overseers. You're about to lose a whole lot. Oh, you do have one Overseer. That's good. Yeah, clean those up. That's
Fucking Dark
better than nothing.
Templars.
Desperation Templar.
That's what they're called?
Yeah, that's what I like to call them. I mean, it's pretty much you only see them when your opponent's desperate for a win, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm losing, make Desperation Templar. Alright, this is good. Yeah, I like this engage. You can commit.
Okay.
Now, the moment you finish this off, let's go ahead and pull back and clean up
Should I
proxy.
Should I clean up that proxy gateways?
Yeah, it's free kills.
I'm also going to start spamming out some spore crawlers here.
Yep, I would say make 2 spines and 1 spore per mineral line, just in case of run bys.
Yeah. Which she is very, very partial to.
Alright,
Okay, did we get rid of all that crap?
looks like it.
it.
We still have a few Dark Templar that escaped. We also have some random idle zealots in the left side. I would say 400 minerals is worth a little trip for.
Worth killing all these bastards?
Yep. That's actually a lot of free minerals there.
Should I just keep
Pull back those
spamming out
Zerglings.
Hydras?
Pull back those Zerglings. Keep spamming out Hydras, yep.
Where-
That's why they were hanging out there. She was trying to sneak a base.
Was she?
Yep, she canceled
Oops.
them. All right. So keep spamming Zerglings and Hydras. Let's go ahead and make a macro hatchery because we're over 1,000 minerals. Following that 1,000 mineral rule. And you can go ahead and start very slowly saturating your third. So go ahead and put your rally points to your third and just sneak in a few drones every so often in between your army just to make sure we're pushing our macro advantage. And let's go ahead and now start attacking her natural.
Okay. Oops. That's probably a little bit too much.
That's a lot of overlords. All right, this is a great engage. You'll probably win outright with this. Hydras do great against this composition. Now, if we really wanted to up the ante here, we could actually go ahead and kite back with these Hydras. And that's what really makes it decisive, is you can actually, unless they have charge, you can kite Zealot Archon indefinitely. And since Hydras now have the same speed off creep as they have on creep, you'll actually be able to kite them without taking any damage if you're really good with it.
Okay.
For now, though, that was a pretty good cleanup still, so...
Is it good enough for me?
Yeah, especially considering you were proxied during all of that. I was wondering how that was sneaking by, but it felt a little late. But I guess since she waited for 4 Zealots, that's why it was a little later.
Okay.
All right, so very, very good.
Thank you.
That was, especially that last game, your reaction was much cleaner. Now, I know it was all spur of the moment, so it may not have all clicked. Do you know why we surrounded your queens with the drones?
Yes, because then the targeting AI or whatever automatically wants to attack the queens, but it can't because the drones are in the way.
That's right.
So you have to manually target them.
Right. And what you do is, once they start manually targeting, which depending on where their attention's at may not happen, but if it does happen, you then select your drones only just by control clicking them, and you alternate between attack, move, and stop. So you attack, move, they get one chomp on them, then you press S. Then you attack, move, they get one chomp on them, then you press S. And what you're doing is it sounds dirty, but this is all pro players do this. You're glitching the AI. You're basically telling the AI, oh, it's an offensive unit. Oh, no, it's just a worker. Oh, it's an offensive unit. Oh, no, it's just a worker. And the Zealots get really confused. So that's how you'll see a lot of pro players hold 3 or 4 Zealots, losing only a drone or 2.
Wow. Yeah, that does sound a little dirty, but whatever works.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where the opponent also, by the same effect, can manually target each drone and negate that to a big effect, but at least it takes away some of their attack move capability.
I see.
All right, so I like this one. This was really good progress. I think we visibly saw your ZVP improve, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. I hope I can still beat her when you're not here. I've only been able to beat her while you're not here one time. But we'll see.
Well, and we didn't put the swarm hosts in practice much, but the thing that I like is that the build itself, I think you were able to see some of the fundamental strengths of that build, right? Because I'm even sounding like Dustin Bratter now, saying right now. It's like I will gradually turn into Dustin Bratter without even trying, because everyone's subliminally telling me I sound like him. So I'm just randomly going to start saying, right? What? And I'm going to start ending all my sentences with a question mark.
Yeah.
But I think even just us being able to see the resilience there, and the ability for you to say, oh, okay, she's still not taking her natural. Let's just go Ling Hydra and just clean house. That was all permitted by the build we went. So I think in that regard, even if you don't go Swarm Host, if you continue practicing this build on ladder, you're going to become more comfortable with it. And so that when you do go Swarm Host, you're going to already have the first 8 minutes planned out.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, great. So
that's the end of today's lesson?
That sounds like the end of today's lesson. I got that pesky work thing in the morning.
Okay. Was that our takeaway? Was
yeah.
Like, what's one thing we should take away from this lesson?
Well, I would say the one overarching thing, no matter what we work on for a while, is going to be the control groups.
Okay.
That just needs to absolutely stick, because it's better now, you're doing it, but it's still one of those things where every so often I look and I go, why did those Hydras just run off into the corner of the map? Oh, they're not control grouped. So, yeah, I feel bad leaving her confused.
Yeah, well. Dustin Bowser.
Dustin Bowser. Okay, so the other thing is, I think actually you just plain did better with the 11 over pool open.
Yeah.
I think it was just all around cleaner. So I think the other big takeaway is, I mean, you've mentioned a few reasons why you're more comfortable with it, and I agree with all of them. That's why I'm more comfortable with it. So let's make that stick. Let's go ahead and throw out the 14 pool for now, the 15 pool.
Yeah. That definitely 11 over pill is definitely working better for me.
Yeah, it's safer. It's going to treat your two-base play a lot better, which I think you're partial to, from what I can tell thus far. So let's go ahead and work forward with that as well as your takeaway is just make sure you solidify that 11 over pool. And
Okay.
if you want to reproduce the timings that I put on my Swarm host video, then that is going to give you something to work with. But if you want to make it your own, then rock on. That's good too.
Yeah. Well, I just want to take what works. That's all I care about.
Okay.
I just want to have working builds that are effective.
So yeah, if you just want to take the timings we worked on today, those are basically the timings I'm currently using, which actually are a little more updated from the Swarm host video I made. So I would use those over that video.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and as I certainly did, we're clearly seeing some progress. How far away do you think I am from breaking into diamond? Would you say?
About 55% right now. You're rank 5.
55%.
Yeah.
About what?
You're rank 5. So I would
I was ranked
say-
3 yesterday. They kicked me down a couple ranks.
Oh, actually, you're rank 7 now. You're falling
What?
fast, man.
Wow. Jeez.
I know. You got some tough
Like-
competition.
I don't even do anything, and then all of a sudden I start to lose.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Every time you reach the top, there's someone ready to knock you off.
Oh.
I would say you're maybe a week or two away from diamond. I would definitely say that in a month hitting masters not going to happen. But we knew that was aggressive to begin with. I still think this
Yeah.
is much better progress than 90% of players out there would make with coaching. Honestly, it's just I've seen people with coaching take 6 months to a year to go from gold to master. So you're doing great.
Well, that's good. Glad to hear that at least. Well, I don't know. Taking this pretty seriously, so
Serious
Anyway.
business.
yeah, it is serious business. But with that, though, thank you guys so much, and we'll be back sooner rather than later, probably, to continue on our series. And I'm hoping within the next little while I'll be able to be a diamond level player, and then I can feel like I'm really proud because like masters is just the top 2%, right?
Mhm.
It's like okay, so
Diamonds,
diamond level.
I think the
that's
top
like
20.
yeah. So that's pretty good. I'll be pretty happy with that. All right. Is there anything you want to end on with?
No, I'm all set on my end.
All right. See you guys next time.